I want to quickly talk to you about Amazon delivery business. And we have the top 10 EIN only large business loans that fund all DSP owners, no matter the credit, no matter the size of the operation, no matter the location. So I think this is an important topic that you will love. So I want you to stick around till the end of today's conversation to learn more. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the Awesome Sweaty Kiwi Show. How are you today? I hope you're all doing fantastic. I'm doing marvelous, if you were to ask me. If you are doing as great as I am, go grab a cup of coffee or tea or vodka and let's roll. So today we have a very interesting topic. So we're going to talk about the top 10 EIN only large business loans that fund all DSP owners. And we're speaking, of course, about Amazon delivery business, right? So one thing you need to understand here is that, and we're showing this to you on the screen right now, why would you need a business loan to fund your DSP franchise? Very simple. Amazon said it right from the get-go. You need $10,000 for ongoing expenses. I mean, $10,000 for initial expenses, and then you need 30 grand for ongoing expenses. So that's 40 grand. That's right off the bat. That's $40,000. In addition to that, you will be expecting to manage at least a fleet of 20 to 40 vans on average throughout the year. Now, those vans, you're not going to buy them. Nobody does that. That would be foolish. So you will want to lease them. And the thing is that the lease will also, the leasing agreement will invite a constellation of cost. So you need to actually get the cash. Now, if you don't have the cash, you might want to borrow it. Even if you have the cash, based on our analysis, in some cases, it's better strategically to borrow because you can use the money you currently have for other things. You can expand the business, you can hire more people, you can do a lot of stuff, okay? And when we talk about Amazon DSP, especially when it comes to the cost, when we do a cost analysis, in-depth cost analysis, there are two categories of cost I want you to pay attention to. So you have the startup cost. So everything from business entity formation, licensing, professional services, all the way to setup supplies, recruiting costs, right? So you would have to do job posting, drug and background checks, driver training. All these things are important, and all these things are part of the startup cost, and you need to have them because Amazon will want you to have them. And then you have ongoing operation costs. So employee costs, wages, payroll taxes, vehicle costs, delivery, vehicle leases, routine maintenance, damages, insurance, other asset costs, things like devices, device accessories, uniforms. You have admin costs, right? Admin expenses, job posting. You also have professional services as needed. Another reason you want to have a loan, you want to get an EIN only large business loan to fund your DSP franchise. You want to bring your standards up to notch because think about it. We're speaking here about Amazon. This is one of the, if not one of the largest companies in the whole world. So they have a level of criteria, a level of quality in terms of criteria. So you want to actually bring your level to that. You want to bring your operation to that level, and that requires money. I'll give you an example. Amazon is giving you access to exclusive deals. In other words, they have negotiated service level agreements, SLAs, with a constellation of players, a constellation of partners. For example, in terms of Amazon branded vans, they are customized for delivery, vehicle maintenance and insurance, fuel program. They have Department of Transportation compliance services, professional uniforms, legal support, recruitment tool discounts, dedicated business coach, health benefits and employee services, payroll tax and accounting services, industrial grade handheld devices. What am I trying to say here? What I'm trying to say here is that Amazon is dragging you, to your advantage, of course, into their ecosystem. So they have pre-negotiated with a constellation, with an array of players to provide those services to you, of course at discounts. But you're gonna need the money for it, right? You're gonna have to find the money to get into that program to bring your business up to the level where Amazon believes you can make $75,000 to $300,000 the first year in revenue, pure profit, pure ka-ching, pure ka-ching. Okay, before we get into the actual rankings, please check out this short evaluation. We do have a rigorous approach on this show when it comes to evaluating, categorizing, and reviewing business loans and personal loans. Check this out. All right, when it comes to the top 10 EIN-only large business loans that fund all DSP owners, number 10, we have Cash Bloom. Our score, 7.5 over 10. Cash Bloom is really, when you think about Cash Bloom, I want you to think about an alternative business lender. And so they offer short-term working capital in the form of loans and merchant cash advances. And they want you can borrow from them anywhere from $50,000 all the way to $1 million, right? The minimum time to funding is 1 day, and you can actually, they want you to be in business for at least 1 year. I mean, less than a year, it's fine. Minimum required annual revenue, $100,000. What are the pros and cons here? The pros, the credit score requirements are very flexible. They're very relaxed. You can get the funding on average 2 to 7 days, even though we've seen cases where they actually funded people 24 hours. And they will lend to new businesses. So it's not really a problem if you're a startup, they will lend to you. In terms of cons, their terms and fees are not transparent and they have high factor rates. So Cash Bloom, our score 7.5 over 10. Number 9, we have IOU Financial. Our score 8 over 10. So IOU Financial is another great player. They are a short-term lender and they serve small businesses, including Amazon DSP owners. Okay, so if you really are interested in a loan from them, an EIN business loan, you can actually borrow from $50,000 all the way to $1 million. Minimum time to funding 1 day, and minimum time in business 1 to 2 years, and the required annual revenue $100,000 minimum. What about the pros and cons here? Pros: borrower qualifications are lower than what banks are asking for. They're very generous in terms of the borrowing amount. Financing is suitable for quick business financing. The application process is fast and easy, and the website advertising is clear. It's pretty transparent. In terms of cons, rates can be very expensive based on our analysis. Some additional fees are charged based, again, on the strength of your credit application, and they might ask you for a frequent repayment, which might actually do a little damage to your liquidity strategy. But again, it depends on your situation, and there are no long-term financing options available. Number 8, folks, we have TD Bank. TD Bank is great, and our score is 8 over 10. They do fund Amazon DSP owners, and they do this through myriad, I would say an array of programs, because they have term loans, they have asset-backed financing arrangements, they have lines of credit, they have commercial mortgages, and they have SBA loans. All right, as an SBA, as an Amazon DSP owner, you might be interested, for example, in a term loan from TD Bank, and or line of credit or equipment financing arrangement. So TD Bank, our score 8 over 10, and this is a great company. I mean, this is an established company, of course. They will fund every loan application ranging from $10,000 all the way to $1 million, not including SBA products. Okay. And in terms of the fees, it really depends. It goes from 5% all the way to 12%. And they have not disclosed the minimum FICO they're asking for. It doesn't really matter anyway, because we're speaking about EIN only. And in some cases, especially for the best Amazon DSP owners, they can actually fund all the way to $5 million. This is pretty good. And disbursement occurs within 24 hours if the loan application is solid. And TD Bank has several loan options from which you can choose as a DSP owner. Number 7, folks, we have here today, we have Excel Capital. Our score 8.5 over 10. So Excel Capital is an online lender, and they offer everything from business lines of credit, to business unsecured business loans and other similar products. Okay, so they want you to be in business for less than a year. That's fine. That's the minimum. Required annual revenue 100,000 minimum. You can borrow from 50 grand to $1 million, and minimum time to funding 1 day. So the pros and cons here, in terms of pros, they have more relaxed qualification requirements than what you would get with a credit union or bank, for example. They have multiple types of financing available, and the borrowing amounts are generous. They're high. We love that. The application process is very fast and easy with Excel Capital. We tested it, and funds are dispersed quickly. Okay. In terms of we have found that in terms of cons, they have a transparency problem. In other words, they're not really clear on their website about the fees, and they need to work on that. And the rates can be expensive. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the Awesome Sweaty Kiwi Show. We are still continuing our conversation about the top 10 EIN-only large business loans that fund all DSP owners. Of course, we're speaking about Amazon delivery business, right? Okay, so where were we? Number 6. We have a P2B investor. Our score 8.5 over 10. And here you don't have a direct lender. You have a peer-to-peer lender. So they offer asset-backed lines of credit to qualify B2B businesses. All right. So here, asset-backed means what? They might finance your any equipment that you need in your Amazon DSP business. They might actually also finance part of the leasing agreements. This is pretty cool. Minimum time in business 1 to 2 years. The required annual revenue more than $200,000, and you can borrow from 50 grand all the way to $1 million. Okay. And what about the pros and cons here? The pros, there are no credit score requirements. This is pretty good, right? You have a high borrowing amounts, and the rates are kind of cheap, really, because as a P2B platform, I think you don't have the same overhead, the same fixed cost that a bank or a credit union will have. So they're actually giving this to the clients, to the borrowers, in terms of a lower APR. And the application process is fast and easy. We love that. What about the cons? Now, P2B investor is only available to B2B businesses. So if you are an Amazon DSP owner who only caters to B2B businesses, then you're fine. They're not available to businesses in some industries, but rest reassured that for the DSP franchise program, they are available. They might charge some additional fees, and in some cases they might require collateral, but we have seen that most of the cases they only require collateral if the business plan, the loan application is not solid. Number 5, folks, we have B's to credit. Our score 9 over 10, and this is great for, this is a platform. This is not a direct lender, so this is a platform that actually matches business borrowers to lenders. And we love the fact that they use a network of financial institutions. They will match borrowers with loan options, and they offer a wide range of loans, which is great for Amazon DSP owners, really, if you think about it. So everything from merchant cash advances, SBA loans, business lines of credit, real estate financing, equipment financing, franchise loans, disaster loans, business acquisition loans, business credit cards, unsecured loans, bad credit business loans, working capital loans. All of this are covered on this platform, B's to credit. And they can fund all the way to $5 million. And the interest rate depends on the lender, but we've seen cases where it ranged from that APR ranged from 3% all the way to 18%. Number 4, we have GTE Financial. So when we speak about the top 10 EIN-only large business loans for DSP owners, no matter the credit, no matter the geographical location, GTE Financial is a great player. Our score 9 over 10. So basically, here is a company that will fund you from $25,000 all the way to $500,000, and the APR it oscillates between 3% all the way to 8.5%. And they want you to be in business for at least 6 months. What we love about GTE Financial is that they actually will come up with loans that actually suit your specific Amazon DSP model. And what they do is they fund everything from equipment loans which could be great if you're looking to lease or buy vans, right? They will fund equipment loans. They will actually also fund commercial vehicle loans. They also they will cater to you if you are looking into commercial real estate. So for instance, let's say you want to expand your business, your Amazon DSP business, and you're looking for a lender who will accompany you in that field. That's fantastic. Remember though that GTE Financial is actually a credit union. So if you want to actually get the loan, you need to join the credit union, but it's very easy. It's very easy. You can join by paying a one-time $10 membership fee to Credit Union Savers, the institution's nonprofit educational financial club. That's it. So the bottom line here is that even though the company is based in Florida, you don't have to live in Florida to qualify. Or your business doesn't have to be operating from Florida, because many of the institution's services can be accessed nationwide through its website, shared branches, and fee-free ATMs. Number 3, folks, we have Rapid Finance, another great player. Our score 9.5 over 10. So with the Rapid Finance, you have actually a constellation of business loans that will satisfy all DSP owners. So maximum loan amount $1 million, okay? And the loan types, you have bridge loans, invoice factoring arrangements, lines of credit, merchant cash advances, and term loans. As a DSP owner, you're most interested in having term loans or lines of credit, okay? And they do a great job at that. And the smallest loan amount that you can have is $5,000, okay? And borrowers with all types of credit may be approved. So that's not really a problem, really, okay? Number 2, folks, we have America First Credit Union. Here is another credit union, and they offer business loans to DSP owners, and you don't have to be, you have to be a member of the credit union, but it's very easy also to become a member, and they have great terms and conditions. Loan amounts, $10,000 all the way to $1 million. APR up to 7.85%, FICO 550. Wonderful. Minimum time in business 3 months. That's wonderful. And basically, America First Credit Union finances everything from business lines of credit to business vehicle loans to equipment and machinery loans, unsecured capital loans, business acquisition, franchise loans, and commercial real estate. So you have the whole 9 yards here. And this is really good. And this is the terms are good. The customer service is fantastic. But to qualify for this loan, though, you have to, and for the other, the GTE Financial Credit Union, it's just better to speak to someone, because credit unions are not really great at doing things online. Even though they have a website, they might have everything online, but you want to contact and you want to speak to a live person. Okay, this is very important. Number 1, folks, when it comes to the best of the best, in our view, the best EIN-Only large business loan that funds all DSP owners, no matter their credit, no matter their geographical zone. Our pick is U.S. Business Funding. Our score is 10 over 10. Great company. So basically, they want you to be in business for at least 1 or 2 years. Borrowing amount $50,000 all the way to $1 million. This is fantastic. And what are the pros and cons here? So the borrower qualifications are more flexible. They're lower than going through banks, and they have multiple types of financing available. We love the fact that the application process is very fast, super fast, and it's very easy. They will disperse the funds to you quickly also. And U.S. Business Funding has great customer service, whether it is on the phone or through chat, or even sometimes through text message. What about the cons? They might have some expensive APR depending on the strength of your loan application, and they might charge some additional fees depending on where you live and depending on what kind of loan application you have there. But overall, in our view, they're pretty good. They're excellent. And U.S. Business Funding offers 3 types of business loans, EIN-Only business loans that are suitable to all DSP owners. So we have equipment financing, you have SBA loans, and you have working capital loans. So equipment financing, it's important to understand that equipment financing encompasses loans, leases, and similar products used specifically to acquire equipment. And U.S. Business Funding provides both loans and leases. So you can use those to lease vans or to buy vans if you want to. And you also might be interested in working capital loans, right? Because those are flexible loans that can be used to finance everyday business operations at your DSP. Very important. All right, folks. This was it for today's conversation. I was speaking to you quickly about the top 10 EIN-only large business loans that fund all DSP owners. Of course, we were speaking about Amazon delivery business, right? That's the business model we're speaking about today. So let's just do a quick recap here. Number 1, U.S. Business Funding, 10/10. Number 2, America First Credit Union, 9.5/10. Number 3, we have Rapid Finance, 9.5/10. Number 4, we have GTE Financial, 9/10. Number 5, we have Beast2 Credit, 9/10. Number 6, we have P2B Investor, 8.5/10. Number 7, we have Excel Capital, 8.5/10. Number 8, we have TD Bank, 8/10. And number 9, we have IOU Financial, 8/10 rather. And number 10, we have Cash Bloom, 7.5/10. Thank you so much for your attention, folks. I really appreciate it. I will speak to you another time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.